Here we go.
Hello guys, I'm CBMF Productions and welcome back to the DC Film Retrospective. Today's film is a film that the DCU has been building up for years, Justice League. The film has been developed for many years before it hit the screen in various versions. The closest to making it before this film came out was George Miller's Justice League Mortal, that would have had Armie Hammer's Batman, Adam Brady's Flash, among others. The film ended up falling through, then got to 2014 after Man of Steel came out and BVS was announced. Snyder also announced that BVS would lead to his epic conclusion in two parts, Justice League Part 1 and Part 2, slated for 2017 and 2019 releases. Quickly thereafter, the second part was delayed indefinitely after BVS's release to accommodate for other films and to also be less hectic to finish. At the start, things went as planned, but Warner Bros. Was a lot more strict this time around with Snyder because of the public's reaction to his previous DC films, mandating a 2-hour release and making it lighter because that's what the public wanted in the eyes of the execs. The film was shot in 2016, and during reshoots of post-production on the film, one of Snyder's daughters tragically committed suicide. Because of this, he wanted to be with his family, and considering Warner Bros. Were constantly making him change his vision, he left the remainder of post-production to none other than Joss Whedon, the director of the first two Avengers films, and at the time was going to do a Batgirl solo film, and I guess he saw this as an opportunity to prove he can do DC films and also to help out a friend too. He finished the reshoots and post-production, even with Henry Cavill not being able to shave his mustache, because he was filming Mission Impossible Fallout at the same time, and was contractually obligated to keep it. And Whedon got the film on its November 2017 release date, but was both a critical and financial failure, the first and only DCEU film to have that double punch. Because of how extensive the reshoots were, it jacked the budget to $300 million, not including marketing. And after spending that much, WB still lost around $60 million on the film, and since then, Ben Affleck has dropped the role of Batman, with now Robert Pattinson taking up the mantle, and Henry Cavill since hasn't gotten any sign that WB wants him back, even though he's still open for a Man of Steel 2. Many of the other players have been dropped from these universe since, and this will ultimately lead to WB and DC doing whatever they want with their characters, both inside and outside this universe. That we'll discuss soon. But anyways, with the history out of the way, let's get into the plot. The film is set 2 years after the death of Superman, where the world is still mourning him, as Bruce Wayne is still looking for the supers he saw in that drive in BVS, because he fears something is coming, and he was right. A monstrous being Steppenwolf, not to be confused by the band, played by Ciaran Hinds, arrives on Earth to retrieve these mother boxes that was shown briefly in BVS also, the thing that resurrected Cyborg. If he collects all 3 boxes, he can demolish life on Earth and rule it, which he tried doing eons ago, but every warrior imaginable on Earth fought his army and he ran away, swearing revenge. But he feels now time because of Superman's death. He first makes him scared that holds one of the boxes and manages to get it fairly easy. After this, Diana joins Bruce in searching for recruits for their team, after she is warned by her mom about Steppenwolf. Bruce goes to persuade Barry Allen, a very energetic guy with super speed, to join his team, which he accepts immediately because he wants friends. He then goes to find Arthur Curry, a guy that can talk to fish, Bruce says, but Arthur is not interested in Wayne's offer and swims away. Simultaneously, Diana goes to find Victor Stone, a cyborg who was once a popular high school football player who got killed in a car accident with his mom, but his dad used one of his mother boxes to resurrect him, merging his remains with a cybernetic body and doesn't know what to do, and he's freaked out by it. He meets Diana, but is scared to join, but he's getting random signals and languages and messages because of Steppenwolf's return. Speaking of, he acquires a second mother box which is in Atlantis, and while Arthur talks to his girlfriend Mara, played by Amber Heard, Steppenwolf attacks and gets it, forcing Arthur to join the League. Victor also joins to find his dad, and several other employees of the lab his father works at that have been kidnapped by parademons. Steppenwolf's goons have sparked Batman to suspect something is coming at the start of the film. They get intel from Commissioner Gordon, played by J.K. Simmons, that these people are being held hostage in the Gotham sewers. The team manages to get the people out of the place, but the sewers get flooded and everyone almost dies until Arthur comes in and saves the day. Victor gets the last of the mother boxes, which he hid previously, and Bruce has the idea to use it to resurrect Superman to stop Steppenwolf. The team is split on the idea, so they can go entirely wrong, but Bruce does so anyway in Zod's ship, reawakening Superman, but he doesn't remember who he is, and he starts fighting the League whose cyborg's body malfunctions and targets Superman. He defeats the League and almost kills Batman until Lois comes in and calms him down. He then goes to his mom's place, which is being sold off because she can't afford it no more, and that gives his memory and humanity back. Meanwhile, the team reluctantly decide to face off Steppenwolf and their army themselves at his base, which is a power plant in a desolate Russian town as they try to stop Steppenwolf from combining all 3 mother boxes. Since he got the last one to drop during the League's battle with Superman, and he teleported to it and took it. Cyborg tries to split all 3 boxes, as the rest of the team try to fight him off, but they start to lose until Superman shows up in his bright suit and fake upper lip, as he helps the team defeat Steppenwolf, save the citizens of the town and the world. The film ends off with everyone going back to their respective lives, as Bruce saves Clark's mom's place by buying the bank that owned it, Wonder Woman continuing to stop bad guys and be an inspiration, Victor gets an upgraded suit, Arthur continuing to protect the seas, and Superman resuming his life as reporter Clark Kent, and his relationship below us, as he decides to race against the Flash to see who's faster, as Crows roll to a post-credits scene of Lex Luthor escaping from prison, recruiting Deathstroke played by Flash Thompson himself, Joe Manganiello, that joins his own supervillain version of the Justice League as Crows roll. This is probably one of the easiest superhero movies, and movies in general in recent years that you can just watch to be entertained. The film moves in an incredibly fast pace, and the plot is so straightforward, it's not boring. On the most basic level, it gives you what you want for a superhero film. You get fun action, like characters that stand out, some funny quips, a good score with Danny Elfman, and it's just trying to entertain you the whole movie and not stopping whatsoever. So if you're watching this on an airplane or during a road trip, it will make it go by faster, I guess. The acting is solid all around, and I do like all these actors in their roles. Especially newcomers Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa, who both get the shines of their respective characters, along with Gal Gadot being good as always as Wonder Woman and Affleck as Batman, along with Henry Cavill being the most Christopher Reeve-like Superman he's ever been, along with J.K. Simmons being a good Commissioner Gordon for what he's given, and Jeremy Irons once again being great as Alfred. It's a fun film on that basis. Starting off, this film has no true vision, Snyder's or Whedon's. It feels like the studio tried to force this to become a Marvel movie, and it feels out of place among the rest of DC's films. Even the worst ones feel more consistent than this film does. You can feel and see the studio interference on screen. The film lacks any sort of engaging story. It's the most bare-bones superhero team-up film I've ever seen, with probably the worst villain in this universe so far in Steppenwolf, who's just a big CGI villain with no personality or motivation other than destroy Earth. The overuse of CGI is very distracting and it looks rushed together at the last minute, with the amount of green screen and bad color correction that plagues the movie. And then there's Superman's upper lip. I'm not gonna blame Whedon or the filmmakers necessarily, because Paramount were being a little rude not letting Cavill shave his stash, and when it's not noticeable, it looks good. But once you notice it, you can't unsee it, especially the opening scene, which was a bad scene already without the effects, but it looks even more low budget for a movie that cost $300 million to make. My last major point that's the main reason why this film failed for critics and audience alike, is that it's obvious that WB and DC tried to rush the film out to compete with Marvel, without realizing the reason the universe is still intact to this day is because they took their time to establish their main heroes in the universe. They've always been character-centric and then the universe later. Meanwhile in this film, half the team in this film are introduced for the first time, with the exceptions of cameos in BVS. And because of the pacing, we barely get any time to know these people, and when we see them in action, we don't care because the film is predictable. And we don't know these characters apart from Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, which Batman in this movie acts way more stupid than his previous appearances and half the time spits out jokes that aren't funny, and isn't really much of a leader or powerful. And his suit this time around looks so over-processed and fake. And with Superman, what bothers me is that he defeats a whole league at ease, and it's the main reason why the world is saved at the end because he shows up to fight. Making this seem entirely pointless because Superman can just easily do their job for them. That's why there's no Justice League 2, which wasn't the point of Snyder's previous films. I'll give him credit where credit's due. Also, the film tries to act like the world mourns Superman, despite he was never praised when he was alive. Which you can argue that's how our society works, getting those deep messages in there, but at the same time, it doesn't feel earned with Batman desperately wanting to bring him back, because he wanted to kill him not that long ago. This film tries to turn a ton on DC movies by going light and getting Joss Whedon, but his dialogue scenes are nowhere near as good as they should have been, and are mostly forgettable, like the whole film is. Overall, Justice League is mediocre, and that's really disappointing. They should have been DC's version of the Avengers, but instead this shows why you can't cut corners to make a cinematic universe, because nobody will care if half your team barely even has supporting roles in previous films, let alone standalone films. The film is so overprocessed to look light, like Suicide Squad was, but like that film, it doesn't feel natural like Wonder Woman. You can feel how desperate WB and DC is to try to copy Marvel's formula, and you can't tell me otherwise when the studio got Joss Whedon to finish the film. It lacks a true vision, although I'm not a big Zack Snyder fan, I would be interested in seeing his cut of the film that fans have been rambling on for years, because this film feels so basic and bare bones, just trying to entertain you and nothing else. The story is cliche, the character development is slim, the villain is bland, the characters act inconsistent because WB wants to do yet another course correction, and they fell in our face yet again. There is some good action, especially with the Flash, the acting is good, the score is fine, the fast pace does make the film an easy watch, and I wasn't bored by it, but it didn't stick with me like other super films do, and it was just a movie that you can watch and feel nothing. And that's what movies shouldn't be. I give Justice League a C, a 5 out of 10, and I don't know, it depends on your taste recommendation. So that's Justice League. What do you guys think about it? Leave your thoughts down in the comments, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. I'm CBMF Productions, and this isn't the last DC film to review, because justice needs to be served.